So, the latest news is that superstar footballer Achraf Hakimi, who is a full-back defender in the top European football club Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG, is going through a divorce from his wife, Heba Abouk, who's 12 years older than him. But here's the shocking twist. The wife reportedly asked for half his fortune in a divorce settlement, but received nothing. Why? Because the Moroccan footballer literally has nothing to his name. He earns a whopping $1 million per month from the club, but 80% of his earnings go to his mother's bank account, while he gets only 20% of that income. Imagine the surprise of the wife who didn't know anything about this when she realized she won't be getting anything in the divorce settlement. European sources say that his wife holds about $2 million to her name, so it's not like she really needed that money from him to live a good life. But I guess this is just another case of a woman trying to feed off from the resources of a man she probably had planned to dump all along and enjoy his income for years to come. The footballer's methods even received a reply from Andrew Tate, who tweeted about the incident and replied, "My G," to a news website that tweeted about this. Tate gave his nod of approval to the Moroccan soccer star with a comment under an article on Twitter detailing Hakimi's secret from his wife. The Madrid-born player, who was a key part of Morocco's historic run to the semi-finals of the World Cup in Qatar last year, allegedly paid for his accuser to travel to his house while his wife and children were away on holiday. His wife had reportedly filed for divorce recently, according to international media outlets. The footballer has denied the allegations against him, but has also earned respect from men around the world for being cautious on Instagram. She has 1.3 million followers, and no doubt earns a handsome amount from brand partnerships, promoting products such as Dior perfume. She also has various charity projects focused on promoting children's health and welfare. As we talked about this before, guys really need to understand how women tend to exploit men and use them for their time, resources, money, and wealth. Guys, this is a common occurrence. Girls push guys into relationships and marriage, and then into having kids and settling down. They then have to do their mom's duties for a couple of years, and suddenly they realize they're bored, and that's when they start placing all the blame on men. Now this guy does well enough so that she can be at home in comfort with her children, while he goes to work every day and listen to his bosses tell him off. She has it so much better than most, where women have to work to make ends meet. This is a typical nature that women show in their lives, where they are ungrateful for all that they have in front of them. Guys, here we have a woman who has a loving husband, who gives her everything she wants, including a home, a place to belong, good social value in her society, food on the table, and the fact that she could chill at home and have a good life. But no, she wants something else. Guys need to understand that you can't place your wife on a pedestal, because it will be the standard you establish for her and what she will take for granted for the rest of her life. Therefore, if anything even slightly changes, she'll think you're a horrible guy and go off with the other men for validation. They need to be with women who are self-assured and don't need constant validation all the time. Guys aren't robots or mind readers. And guys, when a woman like this stumbles into your life, you know what to do. Don't be loose and allow her to cross your boundaries. Respect them and respect yourself. Here's another thing. If the wife really had such a problem with the allegations made against the footballer husband, the first thing she should have done was to try and settle the dispute with the husband for the benefit of the children. But that's just something that she couldn't do successfully because she obviously had a different agenda. Kudos to the footballer, who was smart enough to protect his earnings by having his income transferred to his mother's bank account. Time and time again, we have seen women try to do everything they possibly can to find a wealthy and famous guy and push him into marriage, only to try and divorce him a couple of years later and leave with most of his assets and income. This was also almost going to be the same case again, but the footballer was smart and definitely knew what was coming, so he protected his income and wealth. And the fact that the wife was 12 years older than him also tells a lot about her intentions with him and why she wanted to marry him. Women love riding a guy's wave of success. Women overspend, live paycheck to paycheck, and have so much emotional baggage that their ability to attach as a couple is permanently lost. They turn to antidepressants and other legal drugs like alcohol and cigarettes when they are in their mid-30s and early 40s and have trouble finding a man who truly wants them as a mate. However, this does not imply that men pay them no attention. Some males will thirst for any woman out there, no matter what sort they are. She becomes more manly the more marriages and children she has. If I had to sum up how the remaining women think, I'd say ideology triumphs over biology. Women are just not marriage material anymore. Even honorable women are aware of this terrible reality and openly admit that they prefer being correct and domineering to being happy. The remaining women delay having children, like imposing their ideals while spreading the gospel of tolerance and freedom, and feel oppressed simply for being female. They rarely acknowledge the fact that being a woman is far more advantageous than being a man. Working their way up the corporate ladder until their 40s, modern women did everything they could to capture and possess the essence of power they believed would make them happy. However, they only realized much too late that they had a natural need to nurture families, settle down, have loving relationships with men, and become good mothers. Guys, no matter where you are, and no matter what age group you belong to, always know that it's not necessary that once you're married happily, it's going to stay like that forever. Women need constant validation, which I personally believe is just a cop-out for not being content with who they are at certain points in their lives and not truly being in control of their own emotions. And in the case of Achraf Hakimi, full marks to him for protecting his wealth from an older woman who married him and entered into a commitment only to want a divorce because of a bump on the road. The couple has 2 young sons, and it's sad to see how easily the couple went from being happily married to being on the course of a divorce. This is why more and more men are going their own way as they realize there's no point in being married to a woman who doesn't understand the concept of commitment. They have realized the true nature of women, which is hypergamous. These footballers lead glamorous lives and earn millions. It's natural that they will attract a lot of women, and I can bet the bulk of the women they attract are a lot older than them and understand how to exploit these young and famous men by seducing them one way or the other. Only this time, the young millionaire footballer was smart to protect his earnings and let a woman take it all away from him because of an allegation against him. Football is undoubtedly a sport you guys are acquainted with. It's apparent that this game is the most played on the globe. There is a goal at either end of the football field, which has 2 goals in total. Assume that the male intimacy strategy, which is limitless access to endless women, is the single purpose of the soccer field, and on the opposing side is the feminine intimacy approach. Open hypergamy is their target, and all that hypergamy truly entails is the capacity to obtain the greatest provisioning and highest value for males possible. The harsh truth is that a woman will usually put on a convincing front by showing a man more love and affection than usual. She never calls or texts him first when they are apart, and she could also openly flirt with other guys to keep her options open. He is so happy that she is his girl that he justifies her odd behavior by saying that she is exhausted, stressed out from work, or concerned about examinations. When he suggests they shouldn't make arrangements for the weekend so they can concentrate on their academics, she nods in agreement to his face, but then schedules an outing with her single friends without telling him. Truth is, guys, she's just in it for fun and games, and is probably using you for social elevation, or to suck on your wallet and bank account. And I guess this is part of what happened in this scenario as well. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to show us your support.